Hey folks, I have a great question. Who are you when you're who you are? When you're authentically genuine? I notice more and more and more as I become more conscious with me how difficult and hard it is for people to speak their truth and say what they mean, and they walk away from situations with others with hard feelings, and then they go spend the rest of the day wondering, what does that mean? What did that mean? What was that about? Here's a wonderful idea. Why don't you ask? Why don't, when the injustice or the unkindness happens, why don't you say, excuse me, that doesn't feel too groovy for me. What was that about? Confront it. It doesn't have to be an argument and a fight. It has to be clear. You have to understand, especially if this relationship is important to you. How dare you do such a disservice to you and your relationships? Have the hard conversation. Ask the question. If the other person is uncomfortable, I'm sorry. Whose comfortability is more important? You or theirs? Especially if somebody just dissed you. Tell them how you feel. Live your authentic self. Don't try to be something you're not. Don't be raised by television and media and, oh, my parents did it this way and this was their religion and that was that. So what? You are your own individual soul with your own path to take, but find your path. Who cares what other people are doing with theirs? You don't need a 9 to 5 and a retirement and benefits and that. If you're an artist and a free spirit, be that. But then just don't stress about not having those things. You have to make up your mind. You got to get to some kind of mental clarity that warrants your life and your affection. You got to love who you are and how you are. Do not try to be something that is not authentically you. And if you want to emulate somebody that's fabulous, bravo, that's kind, but it's not you. Why don't you find out and emulate the true soul purpose of you? Why don't you try to see your most high, the God in you? Why don't you emulate that energy? Don't become something, be something. Be awake to you in the now. Who are you? Are you someone that's offended by unkindness? Then fess up. If somebody's not nice to you, say so. If somebody just disrespected you, don't call your friend about it. Go right to the source if it matters or they matter. But then here goes this question. If they don't matter, why would you spend any of your time thinking about anything that brings you down? If it matters to you, then it's totally yours to confront and go into that and say, excuse me, that wasn't cool. What did you mean? Ba, 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 ba. I'm constantly awake in my life, constantly, and notice. And I'm not looking to be slighted, so I don't see it much. But when it's blatantly in my face, I will confront. And a lot of people have a problem with me because of that, because I am honest. I don't find it a fault to be honest. I find it a fault not to be. There is no political correctness in my entire form of living. Since I'm a child, I am not politically correct. I'm spiritually sound. How's that? And if anything feels wrong and off, and I value you because I love people, I will say, excuse me, privately, let's go into this and what's happening. Find yourself that is authentic and in love with you and your life. And then you're never alone and it doesn't even matter. Nothing has more significance than you being you. I didn't become a spiritualist. I am a spiritualist. I was born this way. This wasn't, oh, I want to do this. I want to be magic. I am, babies. It's nothing to do with anybody. Oh, you're so different, Stacy. You're so different. I'm not different at all. I'm the same me. I just evolve more and more and more. I don't understand any other way of living. Just mine. And I'm kind. And I love everybody. So if you dig that, why don't you try it? So I'm going to wish you all a blessed day and off we go. Bye.